Hey guys, so this movie, it's, Angry Red Planet, and I think this is also one of the movies I confused with, Forbidden Planet when I, was gonna start watching it. The thing I remember, it's just, I think what I was remembering was that terrifying, like, fucking, like, daddy long leg bat fucking creature, whatever the fuck it was. It was kind of creepy as hell. And so that's what stuck with me when I saw, like, the first image of that. And this is finally the movie where they're actually gonna have it. So, I'm excited to watch this movie because I know I got some flack for talking shit about the effects in Forbidden Planet, but like I said, they're still kind of laughable, even if they were the best at the time. And even then, I'm not gonna say they're the worst imaginable. It kind of goes for the shit we see nowadays, that we have movies that have so incredible effects, and then we get shit. We get shit like Sharks in the Corn, where they're literally just, recording like plastic sharks, fucking running through the corn to attack people. So even then, even if I shit on the effects of these older movies, I can still acknowledge that they were probably the best of their times. Just like King Kong was another one. I kind of laughed at what they did, and but also acknowledge that it's probably the best they could do, and it was kind of creative on what they did. So it is what it is. But yeah, so let's start watching Angry Red Planet.
All radiation within safety zone.
Good.
Radiation monitors, stand back. Recovery squad, move up. No shielding necessary to open airlock. Monitors, stand by to check interior radiation.
Hold it, look.
Recovery squad, hold.
Someone's alive.
The girl.
The hell with radiation. Let's go.
I can't help but think when they're like, when they see it opening up, and he's like, the girl, and he's like, fuck radiation, and just go straight to it. But honestly, same. I can't help but laugh. I also love how they perfectly sit down.
Come on, Sarge, give me a break, will you?
Oh. Know that, what is it? When there was this, 70, 80 years, and the media still hasn't changed. Gotta get that shot, even if it's completely inappropriate and unethical, or, just, inappropriate. Someone is possibly dying.
Makes Broadway look like a dark alley.
When we get back, Irish, how about exploring that dark alley? Together?
You, Colonel.
There's sexual innuendo. There you go. Always my brain trying to fucking pronounce things 5 different ways before I finally get it right.
Automatic braking rockets on.
Instrument lights. Stand by.
Hold on to your hats, kids. Here we go.
Why is she completely separated from everyone else? Everyone else is like doing the controls, and she's just sitting there like a, nice prim lady. Obviously, she's a biologist / zoologist, but still.
I can't say that I recommend spacesuits for beautiful young dolls. What happened to all your lovely curves?
Now, Sammy, some of the creations I've seen in New York store windows didn't look so much better.
God, really?
Old-fashioned design is a woman hater.
Once again, mentioning her attractiveness and curves and shit like that.
There's nothing moving, there's nothing there.
You don't believe me, do you?
Hey, everybody. Come on, with all this waiting around, it's a wonder I didn't get to see the thing.
Yes. So woman, so she has to be hysterical, right?
Not on your life, Colonel O'Banion. I'm going too.
Well, hey, wait for me!
I hope we don't have this like infrared shit majority of the movie. It's gonna hurt my eyes. God, can't see shit when they do it in this kind of what's it like this infrared shit. You just can't tell a difference between anything. Like plant wise.
Fantastic.
Are these literally just like pictures? Or is it just like maybe like practical practical effects, I guess, just like with the infrared filter? Or is it just CGI most of the time?
Where you going, Irish?
I'm tracing this vine. Curious to see where it comes from.
Better stick close to me.
Oh, Tom, really? I know you think I acted like...
Is she gonna end up getting attacked so that he can prove his point?
Get out of your sight.
Have it your way, Irish.
Now that she mentioned the whole Irish thing, the fact that she talks about, tells him to call her Iris, and he keeps calling her Irish, just annoys me. Let's just go up to this random plant and pick up a leaf. Of course, and he's gonna come save her and prove that she needs to be saved. So she's supposed to be a biologist / zoologist. When she knows some way to try to get away from this plant. I mean, it seems very much like a plant eater, or like one of those like man traps, whatever the fuck you call them. And she doesn't have a weapon of all. Oh. The guy who commented on my Forbidden Planet movie is gonna hate me for this one because they don't even have light effects. It's literally just sound. I mean, obviously I know that sometimes, sounds waves, sound waves can hurt other organisms depending on if they have sensitive hearing and all that shit, but it feels like they weren't even trying with this one. Also, did they even consider what their effect on this, biosphere is gonna be? They kill this plant, right? Which is obviously more like you killed them to save one of your own, but still. They seem to go and just randomly go up to creatures without any thought of how their interactions with these creatures will affect this planet. Oh God, thank God I finally got rid of that red filter. I'm serious when I say it's kind of like fucking with my eyes. Probably because completely random tangent, but I'm actually reading doing a course on Microsoft PowerPoint, or like designing when it comes to like PowerPoint presentations. And the chick who was doing the course talks about how red is one of the things, the no-goes when it comes to like using color. Like bright red is kind of turn off for like the human eye, and so kind of agree with her, because man did that like 10 minutes of just looking at that red scene just destroy my eyes, to the point that this one is like such a relief. Tangent ended.
I, for one, know it now.
Was that thing really trying to kill Iris?
It wasn't just a friendly embrace.
But why weren't we attacked before? We all passed that plant creature.
What are you driving?
Because she went up to it and picked up something that possibly was she's not supposed to pick up. Which, if you're a biologist / zoologist, you probably realize maybe don't do that. Why does this red filter make the commander, the captain, whatever you want to call him, look like Herman Monster? But in all seriousness,
Doesn't look like
do they
Bob.
not
Let
see
me have
the
your machete.
body above it? Is it so tall that they can't see the body linked to those fucking legs? Yeah, maybe don't go whacking everything you see. Because you don't know if this organism will react negatively to it.
Sam, prepare the panel for takeoff, will you?
Yes, sir.
But why?
Well, Iris, it's probably mostly because of me. You see, I can't seem to get it out of my head that there is an even greater danger here than we realize.
The controlling force?
Yes.
Now look, my orders from General Trigger were to take no unnecessary chances. We fulfilled our mission. We've landed on...
Then why did you say, hey, I'm going to stay the full 5 days? I guess the giant plant that tried to eat her didn't do it, but the giant spider shit did. So is Tom gonna be the one who turns out with like the green goop on him, like at the beginning, because he touched the organism? I'm gonna assume they find out a solution for, or something, figured out something about this organism so they're able to save Tom. Are they gonna save him with electricity by the end of the movie because they realize that electricity is the thing that stops this organism?
Men of Earth, we of the planet Mars give you this warning. Listen carefully and remember.
Really? You're gonna faint at this time? So, is she gonna even remember what happened?
Electricity.
We have already thought of that, Dr. Ryan. But any kind of electric shock strong enough to kill the amoeba will also kill Tom. Then how?
We've been attacking the alien amoeba.
Who would have thought that electricity would have been the thing to defeat this creature? I don't know. I think I'm so like cynical when it comes to like movies in general. I know all the tropes and shit like that, so that when I watch a movie, it gets to the point that I can realize what they're going for, even though it's kind of dumb. And I don't think it's in the smart way. It's more in like the so lazy it's predictable way, to be honest.
Tom, Iris, I have something I want you to hear. You were right.
Oh yes, we're gonna hear the warning.
Last tape. I think you should listen to it.
Okay, so we got less than 4 or 5 minutes left. Warning is most likely don't come back. You fucked us over and don't come back. Let's see if I'm right.
Do as you will to your own and to your planet, but remember this warning. Do not return to Mars. You will be permitted to leave for this sole purpose. Carry the warning to Earth.
Oh
Do
god.
not come.
This movie, man. It's depressing in the sense that, God. That red filter throughout the entire Mars scenes just destroyed me. It just fucking bothered my eyes so much. And you would think that if they were actually good filmmakers, they would realize that and not use that. I will still ever predict what exactly were they going for. That's mostly because I'm able to. I've watched enough movies to know that it's more cynical message of, hey, you're fucking destructive. Don't stay the fuck away from me. That's essentially what the message is for most of these movies. Kind of like why I love Arrival so much. Arrival. Of course, it's kind of more selfish on the aliens' part. They're like, hey, you can help us, so we'll help you. But it's still a more nicer message than most of the movies we get. Also, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and also The Abyss. They're more curious than anything. So yeah, I do like those other movies in the sense that they're not as cynical, and this one was more predictable, I guess. Given, of course, The Blob, of course, and Thing from Another Planet. Those are still the two most. Those are fucking god tier for me because I actually those movies. The Blob, obviously more goofy and ridiculous, and Thing from Another Planet, some people might think it's ridiculous, but I actually do really enjoy it. It is kind of sinister, but the characters are also very likable and engaging. So those are still god tier for me, and this one still is below Fantastic Planet, but Forbidden Planet is below or above this Angry Red Planet. I still love Forbidden Planet more than this. At least it was more, it wasn't as stressful on the eyes. I'll keep saying that because it was such a distraction in this movie. Yeah. So if you have any movies, sci-fi movies, you want to recommend, let me know, because I'm fairly familiar with a lot of Metropolis, obviously. Was it Moon? There's another one. Black Hole. So I know most of the sci-fi movies. I just have to get around to watching them. But if you have more obscure sci-fi movies, there's Trip to the Moon. That was the very first silent movie. But if there's one that's so obscure that it's more it's not as popular even in the more classical when it comes to more classic sci-fi movies, if it's so obscure, just let me know and I'll get around to watching it probably eventually. Because I do like sci-fi movies, so yeah. When it comes to the characters, man, the female character, because she felt very much like the fucking female character. She was the biologist / zoologist, but you wouldn't have known it because when she was on Mars, she was pretty much useless. She was kind of taking the backseat to all the male characters until she got to Earth, and suddenly we realized she has a fucking, she has brains. Felt like she had to play the damsel in distress to the fucking male character, which was irritating. the alien creatures, the big bads, if you will, were boring, to be honest. They barely, I guess you could say they were the big bad because they were able to control all these alien creatures, but it turns out they weren't controlling all these alien creatures. They were pretty much just letting these, you know, these creatures on Mars attack these humans, and they weren't going to do shit about it because they didn't give a fuck. That's pretty much it. And then when all these creatures failed to kill them, they pretty much just showed up to tell them to fuck off. And that was pretty much it. They just give them a message, hey, don't bring your asses back here. So, yeah, I think it's supposed to be commentary on like the destructive nature of humanity, but I don't think it was particularly well written. And but I finally saw it, and that's something. I now can check this off my list, and I can now realize that spider creature was not very intimidating, because it was so fucking, oh god, I could not focus on it so much because of that red filter. Yes, I'm gonna say that again. So, but yeah, I'll just end it now because I don't really have anything else to say. So, if you guys have any movies you want to recommend, or sci-fi movies in particular, because this is a sci-fi movie, leave them down in the comments. Then that, you guys have a nice day, or night. Stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.